In 90 seconds, this will walk into a river full of crocodiles on purpose. But first, look closely at what is living on his skin. Dawn on the Great Plains. The old stallion has led his herd for 8 years, and after a week of dry season dust, his striped coat is crawling with ticks he can never reach. But his cleaners are already arriving. Oxpeckers drop out of the morning sky and land along his back, and their red-tipped beaks get straight to work between the stripes. And zebras have a second secret. They groom each other. A younger mare steps up to the old stallion, and the two begin gently nibbling along each other's necks, reaching the exact places no zebra can reach alone. But this morning, comfort must wait. The dry season has burned the grass on this side of the river to dust. Across the water lies fresh green pasture, and between the herd and that grass waits the most dangerous river in Africa. At the water's edge, the herd bunches and hesitates. Every zebra can smell what waits in that river. The old stallion stares at the brown water for a long moment, and then he steps in first. The herd pours in behind him, and the river erupts into churning chaos. Dozens of striped bodies plunge through the brown water, swimming hard for the far bank, and beneath the surface, the crocodiles begin to move. They have waited all season for this moment. The hunt of the year has begun. And then, a huge crocodile lunges at the old stallion, jaws wide, and misses his flank by a hand's width as he throws himself sideways. The herd scatters around with thrashing water, screaming, surging for the shallows, while the stallion swims for his life with the great reptile turning behind him. His hooves strike mud. In one surge of muscle, the old stallion heaves himself into the shallows, where the crocodile's weight becomes its weakness, and pounds up onto the far bank, water streaming from his stripes. Behind him, the great reptile sinks back into the deep, and one by one, the herd staggers ashore around him. He has led them across, all of them. And the moment the danger is behind them, his cleaners find him again. The oxpeckers, who cross the river the easy way, drop back onto his soaked coat and get to work, picking off the leeches the river left behind, and the ticks the water never touched. The crossing is paid for, the cleaning is free. Watch how precisely they work. The birds move along his spine, down his flanks, around the base of his tail, scissoring their beaks through the coat to comb out every last passenger. A single oxpecker can eat hundreds of ticks in one day. On the old stallion's body alone, there is work enough for the whole flock. Around him, the herd spreads out across the fresh green pasture they nearly died for, and begins to feed. This is why they crossed. A zebra must eat for most of the day to survive, and this grass will carry the herd for weeks. The old stallion lowers his head at last, and takes his first mouthful of the reward.
It is a perfect partnership.
But the oxpeckers give the herd something even more valuable than clean coats. They are sentries, perched high on the tallest backs. They see what no zebra can, and the moment danger appears, they explode upward with a hissing alarm call every animal on these plains understands. Scientists believe this warning system saves more zebra lives than any set of hooves. Through the warm afternoon, the herd rests and tends itself. Pairs of zebras stand head to tail, swishing the flies from each other's faces. The old stallion and the young mare groom each other's manes again, and all the while, the birds keep working, stripe by stripe, tick by tick, keeping the herd's coats clean and their sentries fed. But as the sun sinks toward the grass, the mood of the plains begins to change. The heat softens, the shadows stretch, and the hunters of the night begin to stir. The herd drifts instinctively closer together, and on the tall striped backs, the little sentries stop feeding and start watching. But as the sun sinks toward the grass, the mood of the plains begins to change. The heat softens, the shadows stretch, and the hunters of the night begin to stir. The herd drifts instinctively closer together, and on the tall striped backs, the little sentries stop feeding and start watching. And then a single oxpecker sees the grass move where no wind is blowing. It explodes off the stallion's back with a hissing scream of alarm, and in one heartbeat every bird on every back is in the air, shrieking. The old stallion does not look for the danger. He does not need to. He simply throws back his head, bellows the signal, and the entire herd detonates into flight. The lionesses break cover and charge, but the warning has stolen their advantage. The herd is already at full gallop, a thundering wall of stripes pounding across the darkening plain, and the old stallion runs at the rear, between the hunters and his herd, daring them to try him. The healthy zebra at full speed is faster than any lion. The birds have given them all a head start. A mile on, the herd slows, wheels, and stands blowing in the last light, every animal accounted for. The lionesses are specks in the distance, already turning away to hunt something less prepared. The hunt lasted 40 seconds. The warning that defeated it took less than one. Somewhere overhead, the little birds are following, ready to land again. Think about the trade the two of them have struck. The zebra gives the bird food, a moving home, and protection from hawks. The bird gives the zebra clean skin, healed sores, and eyes that never blink. Neither can offer what the other provides. And so, for millions of years, stripes and feathers have crossed these plains together, one animal in everything but name. Night settles over the plains, and the herd sleeps in shifts, standing, ears turning, never all of them down at once. The old stallion dozes at the edge of the group, the mare beside him, and on his back, feathers fluffed against the cool. His smallest guardian sleeps too, ready to scream the alarm at the first whisper of wrong. And when the sun climbs back over the plains, the whole quiet machine starts again. The birds wake first and begin the morning's work. The herd stretches, shakes off the dew, and drifts out across the green. The ticks of the night are picked away before the dew has dried. Out here, this is what safety looks like. Beak into the coat, a tug, a crunch, and another tick is gone. Down the neck, along the spine, behind the ears, under the jaw, the old stallion stands with his eyes closed and his lip drooping, deep in the closest thing a zebra ever feels to bliss, while the little birds strip his stripes clean for the day ahead. And all across these plains, the same partnership rides on 100 other backs. On the giraffe and the buffalo, the rhino and the antelope, the same little birds keep the same old bargain. Food for vigilance, cleaning for protection. The great herds of Africa do not walk alone. They never have, ever. We remember the crossing, the jaws in the brown water, the thunder of the stampede, the escape by a hand's width. But the real story of the old stallion's survival is quieter than any of it. It is a bird lighter than an egg, standing on his back, watching the grass. It is a crunch, a warning cry, and 8 years of mornings exactly like this one. A herd that survives crocodiles in the morning and lions at dusk, guarded all day by birds you could hold in one hand. That is the real secret of the Great Plains. If a story like this amazed you, subscribe to Nature's Cleaners, and we will keep uncovering the hidden partnerships that hold the wild together. Tomorrow there will be another river and another dusk, and the little sentries will be watching through all of it. One more striped survivor kept alive by the smallest eyes on the plains. Thank you for watching. We will see you at the next Hidden Alliance.